With me now, Valerie Earley. She is the Central Region Vice President, I believe, at the FFA. Did I get that right, Valerie?
Yes, you did.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us here on 103.1 KFIL. So I kind of just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your experience and kind of what you got to do with the president. From my understanding, you were sitting there in the White House right next to him when he signed an executive order. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So how did that all come to fruition?
So I was asked to come to the White House just a few days before, actually, due to security purposes, but they organized a farmer roundtable with President Trump, Vice President Pence, and the new Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue from Georgia. And we needed somebody from youth and agriculture, and so as the largest youth-led organization, FFA was invited, and out of my teammates, I wanted somebody with some production background as well as involved in 4-H, and so I was able to go to the White House with 12 farmers and sit right next to President Trump and then have a chance to share some agricultural issues. Yeah,
that's incredible. You're sitting next to the president in the White House. You got the invite, so that's got to be pretty cool in itself. But not just the people you were around, but just to be able to be a part of that discussion had to be pretty special too, right?
Yeah, it was pretty special. I think some great things happened for agriculture that day. We talked about some really big picture topics right now, all the dairies that are going through the contracting issues and labor and immigration. We talked about trade as well as infrastructure and regulations. So really good conversations, and I think farmers' voices were definitely heard that day.
Yeah, absolutely, I think so too. And I was watching a clip, I believe it was Fox News, and it had you sitting right next to the president, and he kind of looked at you and he said something. I didn't quite catch it, but did you get a chance to converse with him at all?
Yeah, we did talk a little bit. Since I sat right next to him, he asked me a few things, but all the farmers and I got to talk for about 30 minutes with him during our time after he signed the executive order. So it was a good conversation with all 13 of us.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. So come from somewhere small southeast Minnesota and end up at the White House next to the president. That's just incredible. So that's got to be a cool story you can tell throughout to anybody, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So when you, as the Central Region Vice President, what are your duties?
So I spend the year starting in October at the National Convention up until this next October, traveling across the country, speaking at national conventions, meeting members and doing workshops, as well as visiting sponsors and partners that we have in the FFA. And so I have 5 other teammates, and they're from all across the U.S. as well. And we are all spread out, traveling around, going to state conventions right now.
Wow, that's got to be lots of fun. And so is there certain states that you cover? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But we don't really have certain states. I am from the Central Region, which is the central part of the United States, and Minnesota is included in that. And so I have been in the Central Region, but they try to send us all over just so we get a really broad overview of the entire country.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Again, with us, Valerie Earley. She graduated from Kingsland in 2014, and then you graduated from the University of Minnesota in 2016, December 2016. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What's your degree in?
Agricultural Communications and Marketing.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So thanks for taking the time kind of to chat with us a little bit and, tell us a little bit about your experience overall. How was that experience for you?
It was pretty awesome. It really gave me hope for the future of agriculture and just all of the people in our generation who want to get involved. I think it was just really encouraging that our voices were heard that day, and that, that this administration really cares about farmers and our lifestyle.
That's great to hear. Again, with us, Valerie Earley. Valerie, thanks for hanging out with us, and have a fantastic day.
Well, thank you, Luke.